trying to impart upon people a sense of belonging, a sense of being part of nature and not separate from it. Trying to show them different ways to come back to nature. A lot of people felt very close to the plants and the animals around them when they were small children and they didn't have names for things. And it seems like most of us, as we become adults, get away from that and we forget to listen to some of the sounds around us, and we forget to look at butterflies until someone reminds us.
This is the second butterfly I've ever caught. This is my first day. We were threatened with no dinner unless we would swing a net today.
I love my work. I love this job. I can't imagine doing anything else. Every time I go out in the field with students, there's this incredibly powerful feeling that something's going to happen. And my role is to know a little bit in advance of them what that might be and to set the stage for them. Okay, so you understand now that there's these little blues that can be tough. But now remember this one. Now what was this? At North Cascades Institute, we believe in field-based education. We help teach people those skills of observation and critical decision-making that help them make good decisions about the environmental future of our communities. Our goal is to help create an ecologically literate and involved public in the Pacific Northwest.
This is not a flower. This is a cluster of flowers. This is a capitulum in the botanical sense, or a head in the layman's sense, a cluster of flowers. Look at it. In the center are lots of little tiny disc florets.
So that's like a sunflower.
It is in the sunflower family. In fact, it's called desert sunflower, the other common name.
So you mean every one of these little guys in here is another flower?
Right, and then these peripheral ones are also whole flowers.
Oh.
Well, that's been one of the deficiencies in science in the United States, is the reluctance on the part of the practitioners to make it understandable by the general public. The people I'm working with here are glorious exceptions to that.
Cedar waxwings are a wonderful bird that arrive when the berries are ripe. They've got that lovely crest. I think crested birds are always attractive, and the yellow band at the end of their tail. And their feathers are so silky.
Environmental education to me means not only learning about the place we live, our Earth, the only place we have, but also learning in a way that isn't as restricted perhaps as the four walls of a classroom can be at certain times. There are many people, many children in particular, who have different styles of learning.
So what we're going to do is try to catch some macroinvertebrates. We're going to try to look for, carefully catch, keep alive, and then release the macroinvertebrates and try to figure out if this stream is healthy or not.
I didn't know that all these bugs are so important, and when I went over there before, I saw a bug and I tried to mush it. Now when I see bugs, I want to take care of them.
Did you guys know that you're kind of watershed experts in a way now? Yeah. I mean, you guys know a lot of stuff about salmon and salmon habitat and aquatic insects and why they're important and how they can be used as indicators and what that word means, indicator, right? And what a healthy stream is, how you tell when a stream is healthy or not. And you know about riparian ecosystems. You guys know a lot of stuff that a lot of adults don't know. Do you realize that?
I think this program is revolutionary. I would like to see it all across the state, because nobody's doing this in the schools. Nobody's teaching the kids about the outdoors. And what a better way Just instead of just lecturing to them and showing them a book, drag them out there and throw them into it and let them really experience the outdoors, whether it rains or suns or snows or whatever happens.
Guys, something to remember in this creek or any other creek. The places where you'll find little fish living is mostly around old logs and boulders, places where there are pools. If you don't have logs and boulders, you usually don't end up with pools. So, when you're on a creek, don't take the logs out of the creek. Don't take the stumps out of the creek to try and beautify it. Don't cut the brush and the trees off of the creek because they're hanging over the creek, shading it. It's all important. You got to leave what's there, there.
Every time I work with the NCI staff, which is not nearly as often as I would like, the enthusiasm is contagious. I'm sure the kids aren't necessarily getting it from the staff because kids are born with enthusiasm anyway. If anything, the staff has gotten it from the kids, and they feed off of each other. And in that kind of an environment, education is very easy to have happen. I'm very hopeful for the future. More teachers, more kids, more neighbors. It's a snowballing effect, and a good one. It's a good influence. No other group that I know of could pull this off.
One of the sayings that I like a lot is that if children can't learn the way we teach, then we should teach the way they learn.
And I truly believe that it's making a difference. I've talked to parents and teachers both that are just ecstatic about what happens to the children when they come home.
It helps them understand how the natural world is connected to the human world, and that's something that stays with them forever.
We've gotten wonderful support for all of our programs, and most specifically with our youth programs, because I feel that the people in our community see that we have an opportunity to together help open doors, open windows, open eyes, open minds, open hearts. And the more that we learn together, the more we communicate together, the better off we'll all be.
Education is how we at NCI address the issues of community and environment here in the Pacific Northwest. All our programs come back to that one essential point, connecting people and place. Whether it's a group of teachers studying how a watershed works so they can better interpret it to their students, or a group of kids exploring the stream that runs through their own backyard, we come back to looking at how nature works and how our communities work with it. And we can't do it alone. Our partners, whether they're businesses, agencies, organizations, are essential to help programs like these grow and flourish.
Last year we had over 47 solicitations for giving to my small company. I think this is fairly common with small companies. So we had to make a decision for which ones were the most important. NCI's non-activist role, their long-term commitment to the Puget Sound area, these were important things to us.
Sword fern used to be a really important food plant for Native American people that lived around here.
Although they have adult education as well as young people education, we feel the emphasis is on the young people and the fact that they can educate them on land use and natural resources so that they can make more intelligent decisions than my generation made.
One of our most exciting projects is the development of the North Cascades Environmental Education Center. Together with our partners, Seattle City Light and the National Park Service, we're developing a residential environmental education center on the shores of Diablo Lake in the heart of North Cascades National Park. This center will provide us with a place to deepen field-based environmental education, to provide more intimate experiences for children and adults with the natural world. The center will include classrooms, labs, dorms, staff residence, and trails that link us with the wilderness of the North Cascades. It's an exciting project and is a way for us to continue to build upon and further develop education about the natural world in the North Cascades. A poet once said, "In the end, we will only conserve what we love. We will only love what we understand. We will only understand what we experience." At North Cascades Institute, we help people experience and understand this special place, the mountains and rivers of the North Cascades. The next steps are up to all of us together.